Good evening guys, good evening ladies, and welcome. Yeah, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to get rid of the hole in the front of the homemade Homebase. What we're going to do, we're going to put the tone control in. It shouldn't take us long. I've already made up the tone control here. We've already got the capacitor on and we've got the wire on, so we're alright there. That wire will go to ground, and I think it does, and the capacitor goes to the doings, to the circuit, if I remember rightly. Anyway, what we can do, guys, yeah, good evening Jason, I'll just get the good evenings out of the way. Good evening Jason, good evening Ray. Just Ray and Jason at the moment. Well, there we go. So what I'll do guys, before we do anything, I'll take you through the circuit. There we go. The only part we're looking at is this part here. Right, so our wire there goes to the ground, so we need to put another wire on to go to the tone control because the capacitor will never reach. So we've got to put a wire on to go to the capacitor, because the capacitor goes from the wiper to here, and it goes to number 19 on the connection, which is, there should be a blue wire coming off that waiting for us. So what we'll do, we'll find a wire to go to there. We also have a high-low filter as well, but we're not putting that in. We could probably do that at a later date. But all that does really is pretty much the same as what this does. So there's not really much point. We could at a later date fit that if we wanted. But we're going to just for now. It uses a 10 nanofarad capacitor. Which in the capacitor code is a 103, I believe. A 103, which equates to a 10 nanofarad. That's what we've put in. If you want it in microfarads, it's 0.01 on the microfarads. There we go. And this is all. Let me just go to the actual thing. There we go. See, this is the bit we're looking at here, where you can see the mouse moving about. So basically, we've got our capacitor, which is coming from connection 19. Where does 19 go to? Probably go. It's RX audio. Probably goes up here, and probably finds its way into the audio output chip. Which we don't need to worry about that, because all we're concerned about is this. Let's make sure it's still there, visible for you guys. Yeah, because I move it about, you can lose it. So we're not worried about C213. All we're worried about is C212. C212. It comes from the circuit here. Basically, it comes pretty much from off the volume control. You could, in theory, take it to the end of the volume control here, to one end of the volume control. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do it properly. And you could bring it in. There's your audio output chip there, guys. You can't see it on the picture I've got, on the picture I've put for you, because I've zoomed in just enough so you can see this bit of the circuit here. So there's your ground there. There's your tone control. This is for the middle and Homebase, but it applies to anything with a rotary tone control for this board. So basically the top connector, the very end connector there isn't used. That's why there's an X on it. So we don't use that. That don't go anywhere. So we're just using the wiper. The capacitor is connected to the wiper, and the other end is connected. The other end of the potentiometer is connected to ground, and that's all it does. And all it does is puts in at gradual increments this 10 nanofarad capacitor. it does it gradually rather than having a switch. The original Fidelity 2000 used a switch, so it was all or nothing. But I don't want all or nothing. I want the tone. I want to be able to adjust the tone to where I want it, not where they say I've got to have it. I want to be able to adjust it so to a sort of sound I like, you know, that suits my ears and stuff. I mean, I've got pretty good ears. You know, and that's pretty much it for tonight. We were going to look at the receiver and everything on this, but I've done it off camera. I've not made any adjustments, but you've seen me adjust the 134 board, Cybernet 134, before. You seen me do a Rotel 240 the other night. So I know it's a bit more sensitive on midband than it is on UK, considering it was designed for UK. But that being said, you know, when you put an extra band into a radio that was never designed to be there, you're going to have a compromise. You are, guys. No matter what you do, there's going to be a compromise. You've got to try and get a balance between the two, and you know, you can't always be. You know, you can get it nice on one frequency, and then when you go down a band, you might not be as good, or go up a band, it might not be as good. And that's the way radio is. I mean, I could get this so that it's really, really good on UK 1 to 40, but it'd be lousy on mid-band. So I've just got a balance between the two. It's not that much different. You know, it is more sensitive on mid-band, but it's not that much. You know, I mean, I can hear everybody on FM, on UK 1 to 40, that I want to hear. I can hear everybody. It has got good ears. You know, it has got good ears. We may measure it later. We'll see how we feel. That's if we can get a signal into it, because there's no extension speaker socket on this thing. So you know, we may struggle there. But I did it all. I did pretty much all of it when it was on the bench, when I could get to everything. I did it all when it was on. I don't want to go in the back unplugging things and playing about. I just want to go in. Pretty much, I just want to go in and do this tone control, which we're gonna do. We'll give it a couple of minutes because we're not quite at 7 o'clock yet. Oh yeah, we are. We're 3 minutes past. I've got an email here as well. Let's just read me email. Probably shite. It's just telling me that I'm live. I already know. Yeah. I think I'm aware of that, guys. Anyway, but let's go to... There we go. There's the Homebase. It is plugged in at the moment. We'll unplug it in a second and we'll get the top off, and you can all see inside. You can see what I've done and how I've done it. So let's start by getting it unplugged. Yeah. Hey. We don't need the test meter, I don't think, because we're not going to play with the VCO or all like that. There's not really any need, because as I say, it was all done. Whoops. Put that in there for a minute. Right, we need another wire for this, so we're going to have to put another wire on that, so that we can... Right, we've got wires, we've got plenty of wires here, guys. So it's not like we're short of a wire. There you go. Let's use this red one. And we'll do this first. We'll do this first. We'll pull that off there, because we don't need a full one of them just for that. Once I was and I've lost one of them. It's just disappeared. Yeah, it just flew off onto the floor. So I have to get, so, yeah, it has on it. Bastard. Good job we don't need a full half of one of them, innit? Yeah, we better get another one out, and I just knocked it off, guys. It just flew off here. But I didn't see where it went. I just seen it, just caught the wire on it. So we'll just get another one. We've got plenty of these, so we're not too concerned. Get a thinner one, get a red one. I got a red one. I got a red one. Right, so what we can do next, let's just change cameras while I do this, because you guys can't see what I'm doing. Oh, hang on. No, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Let's try camera 3 again. No. But yeah, you can. I'll just put this back here, and I'll do it on here. You'll be able to see what I'm doing. But then again, if you need to watch a fat man join 2 pieces of wire together, then I think I think that's at the point where you need to think about looking at where your life is going. That's that one. Then we don't want that coming out of there, because it'll be right fucking world of hurt to get it back in. And we want to get that one there. There you go. Now we can get the solder. We've got some solder somewhere, I've seen it before. I know there's some on the other bench, but I don't want to fuck about going on the other bench getting solder. I'd rather just use the scraps that are knocking around on here. There we go. Make sure it's tight, which it is. Should be enough here to do this job. That's it. That's all we need. I mean, people put fucking tons of the stuff on and you don't need to. All you need is just enough to do the job that you're going to do. Now I've lost me. Oh no, it's there. Let's cut this piece. Oh, there's the other piece of green heat shrink there. I thought I'd flicked it off onto the floor. I hadn't. It's there. Anyway, never mind. We will put that red piece there, and we'll put this green on. Right, so see, we've got a matching knob on that as well for the front panel. Because when I bought the knobs, I bought 5 knobs. I was going to put Delta tune and all sorts on it, but you never use it, so it's a waste of fucking time. They're just fucking controls that you don't need. They're just features that you would never use. You know, they were just put there for extra knobs for somebody to twiddle. There we go, you see. I've also bought some red stuff as well to put over around the channel display when I finally get around to doing that. I need to find some way of cutting it exactly round to exactly the shape so it'll just push in, and then I can put a bit of glue on the back of it somehow and do something like that with it, but I've not got that sussed out yet, so we're going to work on that a bit more. Anyway, screwdriver, because we need, try not to lose our piece of solder. Put our piece of solder in our bucket, then we've got it then. We've got solder on here, but I think that piece we've got there will do us. So let's pull the screws out. and we'll tuck the aerial out just in case we need to. No, here we have now. Let's take the top off. There's not much to the top of this, guys. Oh, didn't think I tightened them that much. The screws are not very big. Yeah, they're not very big, the screws. Yeah, but it's a good radio, this. I mean, it works pretty well. I mean, I've had some good contacts on it, so we don't really want to disturb anything. Just put the tone control in, really. Hang on, that's it. So we don't want to disturb anything. There you go, guys, and there's what's in it. Right, and there's our tone control wire, guys. There's our blue wire waiting for us on our black. Just hope one of the wires I've put in actually reach there. And there's our little board, our microchips board. There's our power supply. So what we can do here, how we've got these in, we've got them all. Are they facing up or down? Not that it makes much difference. They're all facing down. Well, this one's going to be facing up. It doesn't make any difference. I'll put the knob in there so I don't lose it. And it's got to face down, actually. Yeah, it's got to face down. I'll tell you why. Because the little notch there is on this side, so it has to face down. So put that there. Take the washer off. Put my fingers in there. It should fit. This should fit perfect, to be honest. Have we got the little... Yeah, we're in. If you have trouble picking a washer up, guys, get a bit of spit on your finger. You soon pick it up. And same with nuts. Now all we do is we put that on there. It's perfect. I think the screw's a bit higher, to be honest with you guys. I think it's a bit high, this one. I've drilled it slightly wrong. Right, have I got a tool? I've got a tool to fit that. That one do it? No, it's too small. Will that one do it? Might be too big. It's too big. You know, I bought these tools, guys, and I've yet not found one that will actually fit perfectly. That might. That's the one. So I had to fucking find one eventually, didn't I? There must be one in that set that would fit. Hold the back of it. There we go. I might, while I've got that, I might do the rest of them. Get them all nice and tight so they can't move. Right. That ain't going anywhere, is it? We put the knob on the front. Turn this one round so we can get the knob even. As even as possible. Actually, guys, that's not as fucking as high as it looks, because I can actually, the hole is a bit bigger, so I could actually adjust that and gain a bit more. That's about it. Push that on. There you go. We'll give you a look at the front once we're all done. Right, the tone might work backwards now, but I'm not really too worried about that, because that's that one. Now do the ground. Come on. Come on, you cunt. I don't want to snap the wire. Jesus. I don't want to cut my fucking finger either. I did doing this, that's why I'm... Ow! Why I'm a bit fucking cagey. Gotcha. I think I just cut myself again. Horrible. So what we do next, we get our new wire. Let's see, that's the ground. And does it fit? Probably fucking not. No, it fucking doesn't. So I have to put a bit in between that. I like fucking doing that, but... So, if that doesn't fit, the fucking red won't fit. Oh, the red does. Yeah, the red does, that's good. Let's put that fucking set of drills over there for a minute. Right, where's me tin? Where's me tub I just had? The fucking screw, oh, it's here. So if I can put that there, and then what we can do, we can connect this to there. Wow. I'll tell you what we'll do. Make it fucking easier. And what we'll do, just bend that there. Get this one. This is single fucking copper wire, this, guys. Single strand, I don't fucking like it. I like fucking multi-strand, it's stronger. There you go. Now I've got, why is it you always get an itchy fucking part of your body right down there, my ankle that is, while you're scratching? You know, while you're doing some soldering, you always do some work, you always... Have you noticed when you carry anything heavy? Hello Rob. Hello Bernie and Mark and everybody over at Four Wheels Wobble. Good to see you all, guys. Yeah, we're just bring you up to date. We're just fitting the tone control for this radio. and getting rid of our hole at the front. And I think we could do a bit more solder on that. Yep. There you go. Now we've got enough on there. See, I don't know these things. I only find out. I think we could do a bit more on there, to be honest. That's got it. That feels better. Right, so let's slide our heat shrink over. There we go. Now all we do is just let that tighten on. Don't go overboard, no need. Right, we need to tighten the on off switch at some point as well. That won't fit the on off switch, but we'll go over all the other controls to make sure everything's nice and tight. May do. Well, I've left my frequency counter on all night and I'll leave it on for now. Oh yeah, I need a piece of wire donor to extend that, to just fucking extend that donor because it's not long enough. And it doesn't matter about the colour. Okay now. Right, there's the green, which is our black. So we'll connect them two together. See, one of them's a single strand wire and one of them's multi, so we can do that. I'm just wondering where the solder is. We may need a bit more. Don't worry, be happy. There we go. Really good connection we want. Oh, the fucking thing's come disconnected. Oh, you fucking nuisance. Phew. Right. Try again, shall we? There should be enough out fucking solder on that iron. It's just yeah, we'll be on that record player on probably Monday, guys. That ain't going anywhere. Let's get a piece of heat shrink. I think this piece here might do. If not, we've got plenty more. Right. It's only a ground, it's not an issue, so. It's only ground, it's. It's not carrying any voltage. There we go. It's not carrying any voltage, it's just ground. There you go. Right, now because this is double, because this is a single core, I'm going to do it this way. There's the black. There it is. That should reach over to the black now, should have no problem getting across there. Yeah, it's good. So, be a bit embarrassing for me, won't it, if I turn this on after all this, it doesn't work. That would look good, wouldn't it? An electronics engineer can't even wire up a tone control. Yeah, there we go. I forgot to put the fucking heat shrink on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, it's not going anywhere. It won't touch anything. I'm not pulling the cunt apart now. This solder's a bit crap, but it come with the iron. But it'll do. Just for this job. Oh, hang on. Clean that. There we go. There you go, that'll do us. Right. Let's plug us in. Are we plugged into that? Oh, we're already in. I'm not worried about the aerial and the equipment. There you go, guys. That was actually the RF gain I was adjusting. No, it weren't. Yeah, it's the RF gain. There's the tone. Right, let's give it some receive. Let's just put the top on, and the tops fell on the floor, and of course it's a flat piece of metal. Just turn that off for a second. There we go. Yeah, low tone, high tone, that's good enough. Let's move the mic out of the way so we don't accidentally squeeze. Put that on there. Put this up here. Let's get the connect that to the aerial socket. Right, we don't know whether we're on mid-band or high band, or don't know. Well, I know on the switches where we are. I think we're on. Right, we're on UK 40 there. There's mid-band. Yeah, it was the RF gain that I turned. And there's the squelch, doesn't do much. There we go. It does when there's not a lot of thing there. But as you can see, guys, we'll put you can't see that. But if we go to pardon headphone users, if you listen, That's our tone. And if we go to UK 1 to 40, channel 20 by the way, so we go for, let me just go back there a minute. Well, I'll tell you how far it goes down. I'll tell you how far it goes down on the EU. I can just hear that plus 32. Sorry, minus 32 decibels. But I'll be generous. And we'll say 126. Because we can hear that at 126. So now if I put this in, leave that at 126. And I will reflect it down to UK 1 to 40. And if I put in 0, 27, 1, 2, 5. No, I've done that wrong. 0, 27, 7, 9, 1, 2. And we can still hear that. We can still hear that at minus 20, minus 126. So if I go down now, wrong buttons. We can. It's about the same. We can hear it at 129. So we go to mid-band and we go zero, 27, 205, 0. It's about the same, isn't it, guys? It's about the same. That tone's working beautifully, guys. Anyway, now let's unplug that one and we'll have a look at the transmitter. Because I know you want to look at, I know we need to look at the transmitter. We'll have a quick look at the transmitter. Right. So, we've got the mic. Right, so if we squeeze this, we're on mid-band. So it's 4.32. On UK, it's 4.9. If we go to channel 40, it's 4.5. It's 4.8 on FM on UK. Go to channel 1, it's 3.90 and it's 4.8 there. So we're a bit unbalanced, but we're okay. We could probably just take that up so it'll read. We could probably just balance the power a little bit better. So if I put that there, oops, that there where I can fucking see it. Right, let's get me hexagon tool. You want the hexagon tool for this. We're not going to mess with the receive. We're not even going to go to the peaking coils. we're just going to go straight to these three here. And if I remember rightly, can I? So we're on 4 watts there now. We're on we're on 5 there, but it's a bit much. We are a bit out of balance, aren't we, guys? So let's just adjust. I think it's this middle one here. No, it ain't. It's this one here, this end one. Right. See where we are there now. 3.7. That's 4 watts. That's 5. .8. So that's over now. I need that. 4.8. That's actually reading 5 point. Yeah. 3 points. I don't think we're going to be able to do that about it, guys. So 5.1. So you're not going to do it. 4.7, 4.8, that's balanced, perfect. 5.21, 4.0. So you're not going to do it, guys. You're going to be you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it, guys. 4.7, 4.8. I think that VCO is a little bit out. Can I get to that from here? Because it's flashing a bit on 40. That's it. Check it on 30. Yeah. Yeah. 20. Yeah. Yes. Alright, now that. I'm going to adjust the meter here a bit though. Okay, that's going a bit too far. And it's this one here. let's have a look. No, it weren't. Let's move it back. It was actually showing the 4. You might know my head. In between the 4 and the 5. Alright. So let's get back to the power. 4.8 on 40. 4.7 there. 4.1 there. And 4.9 there. Just toggling 5 watts. Let's put this little receiver on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's turn the deviation up slightly. Give it a bit more. That's deviation. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can't check it on the other band. So we're doing 4.9. I'll tell you what, guys, let's put the Marconi on. Put the Marconi on, make sure all our coils there are peaked. Make sure everything is done. Right, so get our little adjuster. We'll leave that one in there. So make sure that all this is peaked. That's good. Well, that was a bit out. Not much though. Pull it out of there so I don't catch it and snap the bloody coil. Can I leave my hand over there? The receiver's good though, so I'm not going to mess with that. That's good. So let's just put that there for a minute. Now, let's peak these so that they're peaked. That's peaked. That's peaked. These are good transmitter a bit of a rest. Well, that's peaked. Now it wants us to bring this down to 4.4. Got a good transmitter in this. and it wants us to turn it anti-clock. It wants to turn us clockwise. For 4.4, and then this one anti-clockwise for 3.8, but we're going to have 4 watts because we can have 4 watts. That's 4 watts. Now, see where we are on the other band. See, we're only 3.5 watts there, you see. So let's go to 40. 4 watts. 4 watts. Other band. We're on 3 watts. We're on 3.5 watts. So we're actually unbalanced naturally. So what we're going to do, guys, what we'll do now, we'll adjust. We'll put on channel 20. And what we'll do, we'll see if we can balance it up. That's good. That's good. They're balanced then. That's good. Just trying to get me tool in that one. Come on. There's a wire in the way, hey. That's it. That's it. Right, so they're as good as we can get. So what we'll do, we'll adjust this middle one. Now let's see where we are there. They're about the same. So we'll go to there. It drops off a bit. Channel 1. But what we'll do, turn that to there, turn that to there, that's just on 4, and down to the next band, that's just under 4, and that one's on 4. So if I now go back to this one, I might have to just live with it will be a compromise, it's not bad. Turn that back up to about there. Go channel 1, that's not, but it's come down a bit. That's about right. That's about right there. And that's okay. And that's okay, that's just above 4. That's just below 4, so we can come in that's it. That's just above. That's about right. So now guys, all them should now read for, set that out. All them now should read 4 watts. Just over the 4 watt mark. And that's why I'll be happy with it. Because it is a compromise, because we've got 2 bands in here. So we'll bring our little meter back up. So let's go to channel 20. So that's 4.1. That's 3.98, 3.89. So we just turn that up to the 4. So let's turn that up to the 4. And this is for adjusting your power here. We'll just turn this up. That's to your 4. That's on the 4. 4.4 on that one. So that's not bad. 4 dead on there. 3.6 on there. That's a bit low. See, it's basically getting an equilibrium. Go back to that channel 20 a minute. 4 there, 4.3 there. So we're 4 there. We're 4, right, 4.2 there, 4.1 there. Oh, hang on. Right, so that one's for 3.6. So just bring this one here. Let's go out to 4. 490, that's too much. 476. 398. 4 watts exactly. 4.8. 4.6. 4.6. 4.7 there between the 2 bands. 3.99. 4.8. That's a bit out, that one. But there it is between the 2 bands. Now if we go between the 2 channels on the same band, there's 4.5, 4.6, 4.8 there. So yeah, it's about right. It's about, what we're trying to do is balancing it between the bands. So that one there's on, let's turn this on. Oh, hang on. Go to channel 20. So that's on mid-band. So it's on Muppets. So that's on UK FM when the switch is down. Because you get confused. So 4.1, 4.5, 4.5, 4.8 on channel 20 on FM, 4.4 on mid. Go up to channel 40 on mid band. That's 3.99. Just toggling 4 watts. That's 4 watts. That's so you're having too high, you start melting the fucking coils. And I think just pop into this one here. That's so we're not quite getting the 4 there. We are now. 4.7, 4.2. That is way out. Right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, guys. Let's put it back onto FM. There you go. So that's what we're going to do. Right, so that one's 4.8, 3.8. That's 4.1. That's 4.7, that's a bit high. A bit out of balance. Oops. So that's 4. That's 3. 4. Yeah, it's about the best. It's about the best we're gonna get it. Oops. I think it's about the best we're gonna get it, guys. And we've got a 4 on all of these. So we've got 4 there. 4 there. 4 there and 4 there. So yeah, go to channel 20, number 4.4 there on that band, number 4.7, 4.7, 4.8 on that band. So that's how we're going to do it, guys. So we're over the 4, we're just over the 4 watts on both. But because, yeah, 4.3 there, 4.7 there, yeah, 4.8 there, 4.6 there. So it's about the best we're going to get it, guys. We could be fucking about all day and not get anywhere better, but that's about as good as we're going to do. That tone control works lovely though. That's the RF gain. Right. Right, I'll turn it off, put the top on, and then I'll turn it down and you can all see the front. Look. I'm barely receiving there. My noise is 7 with 8 dB attenuate, 8 decibels of attenuate. Wow. Yeah, that's the problem, you see, that them fuckers in Europe and fucking high ties and whatnot, you know, they put out they put out well over 1,000 watts, and they shouldn't be allowed to. I mean, they encroach on our CB band. You know, they encroach on ours and we can't get out or get anything in because of them fuckers. I mean, say what you like, guys, but, you know, they should be limited. You know, they shouldn't be allowed to put out fucking kilowatts and shit like that. They should be restricted to fucking double watt figures like we are. Well, on CB we're restricted we're restricted to single figures. We're allowed 4 watts. I think on SSB on CB we're allowed 12, but I wouldn't put my money on that because I'm not sure. Because I've not looked at the regulations for a bit. Not checked whether the regulations have been changed. But we'll turn this round in a minute. You can see it all lit up, guys. And we'll plug the meter in so I can key up the mic and you can see the TX and RX lights working. And the signal meter working and all that lot. It's all working, guys. This is a good radio. I'm going to leave it as it is and be content with it because I'm not going to improve it. For the reason is there's a band in there that shouldn't be there. So, I mean, if we were working just on the one band, the power, balancing the power is fucking a piece of piss. I didn't check the frequency. Didn't need to because it's on frequency. And I didn't check the low power setting because to be quite honest with you, it doesn't really make as much difference because the power's slightly out of balance everywhere anyway. So if I get the microphone lead, there we go, tighten the mic socket on, there you go. Some of these knobs don't go all the way around. You know, some of them will stop there, but some of them only go that far around. It's weird. The squelch does. It goes on to PA if you turn it right round. So what we'll do, we'll just look at... Fucking hell. We'll just look at the low power. So that's high power, I think. That's low power. Yeah, 0.9, just under a watt on 40, and it's bang on channel 1, so that's quite a way out of balance. Yeah, it's quite a way out that. But on, there's not bad. Yeah, we're good enough. So we'll leave that there for a minute. We'll try and turn this round so you lot can see it. The mic's just dropped on the floor, but we're not worried. Get the... Oh! Right. There we go, guys. It's got to be some fucking effort lifting this up for you to see it. Move that meter. That meter there. There we go. There you go, guys. I'll turn it off. There you go. Just need to make the thing for this now, of which we've got the stuff, just not done it yet. So we'll go to, it's the wrong way around for me. There we go. And if I key it up, there we go. I don't think you can see the meters from there, can you? Believe me, the meters do work. And they work pretty well as well, not bad. But that's where we're up to. That's probably got to be the last video on this, guys, because I mean, I will admit the knobs are a bit out of line. Look at that. I could have drilled the holes for the knobs a bit straighter, couldn't I? But then again, they work. And everything on the only thing that's wrong with this is the channel dimmer. If we go to the channel dimmer, that's it. Doesn't work very well. I think it's got the wrong resistor on it. It dims it too much. But whoever ends up with this after me is going to have a pretty good radio. Yeah. Yeah. We're a bit out, we're not bothered. We've still got a usable radio, guys, that's good enough. That's more than usable even. I mean, why is the fucking everything got tangled? Let's undo this. There we go. There you go. That tone's actually quite nice. Turn it off now. Yeah, there's no flat spots in it, guys. No flat spots in it. It's pretty good. Anyway, I'm happy with that. I can live with that, guys, no problem. As you know, 6900V as a Homebase, it only push out to 35. It'll only push out to 32. They don't actually. On paper, they actually push out 40 watts. Mine does 40 watts because I've actually checked it. I've had it on the meter, and it does do 40 watts thereabouts. But mine's an N version. It's an early one, mine. The V's a later version. Whether they've cut the power down, I don't know. But that being said, I only ever use about 10 or 20 watts when I'm on the 6900 anyway. I don't use a lot. There's no need. You don't need all that power on. You know? You don't need all that on, guys. It's, I mean, like these people who sit on 19 and they've got fucking, stupid amounts of fucking power running. You don't need it. You don't need it, guys. All you need to get out properly is a good setup in the first place. Everything's set up exactly as it should be. That's what you need. And as long as you've got that, you'll be all right. But that's where we're up to with the that's going to be probably the final video on the homemade Homebase. I can't think of anything else I want to do at this point with that. Let's turn the soldering iron off. Oh, it's already off. Turn the switch off because we didn't need the soldering iron. Right, I think I've got a message here. 3 notifications. Probably some fucker telling me I don't know what I'm fucking on about. You get that all the time, guys. I used to get it years ago in the TV business. Don't know what you're fucking on about. There's somebody called Nick there wants an ESA. What's he want? Oh, he wants a Dynatron repairing, an SRX 20. They're a piece of piss, and I've got one in the other fucking room with a Dynatron cabinet with an SRX 20 chassis in it. They're dead easy to mend those. The main problems you get with those is rectifiers tend to fail in them. Let's go back to camera 5. I made it myself. Hello, hello Chipmunk Martin, I didn't see you there for a minute. Yeah, I need to make a lamp limiter myself. I did have one, but it got broke. But the problem is with lamp limiters, at one point they're going to become useless, aren't they? Because there's not many places now where you can buy incandescent bulbs, and you can only use them with incandescent bulbs. Really, somebody needs to develop a version of that where it uses components, it'll put a load on using various components. You could probably do it with resistors, probably, heavy duty resistors. I mean, let's go back to the number for camera 5. There we go. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, lamp limiter doesn't have to be a bulb handy. You can use high power resistors or heating elements. That's what I've just said. Why can't we make it? Yeah, you can use high power resistors for a lamp limiter. That's what everyone's going to be doing eventually. Going to be using resistors to do it. Are you off, Jason? Yeah, good night, Jason. I'll catch you later, mate. Yeah, catch you later, my friend. You take it easy. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be going soon, guys. I'm not hanging around long. I just came on to finish the Homebase off. It's now got 5 knobs on the front and no holes there's no holes in it now where there shouldn't be anything. Everything's now done. There is one thing I want to do. I want to change. There's a chrome screw in there. I want to change it for a black countersunk, but I'm not doing that now. I'll do that at a later date because I need to make some modifications to where the channel selector's fitted. So I'll do that then because it's part of that. So I'll do that then. And do that then. I need to cut a piece of that stuff. I've got that acrylic stuff to a perfectly round shape so that it can fit exactly in that aperture. I've got I think I've got a tool that'll cut that, a circle cutter that'll cut that. I've got a hole saw that'll cut that, should have. And if what I might do is try and get it a smidge bigger and then just take it down on my lathe slightly. Just put it on my lathe and sand it down to get it to the right size, and then just slot it in with a bit of glue. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do with that, and then we'll have a nice we'll have a nice what do you call it, a nice looking front on our radio. You know, it doesn't tell you what any of the fucking switches do, but we'll sort that out. I'm going to get one of those Dymo fucking things. I'll just get one of them Dymo printers and just print out the fucking, try and get some black, some not black, try and get some white on clear if I can, Dymo tape, and try and get white on clear, and then I can just print them out, stick them on, and that'll sort that out. The only one that really says what it is the on and off. Hello Harvey. Nice to see you on, mate. Nice to see you on. But tomorrow, guys, before I go, let me just tell you this. Tomorrow it's Sunday Live with me and Steve. So we'll be on I'll be on Vintage Electronics Repair. Tomorrow I'll be on the main channel tomorrow. Vintage Electronics Repair, that's where we'll be tomorrow, getting things done. Don't know what we're doing, probably that record player. The 2 transistors arrived this morning. The replacement capacitor I want to put in hasn't, but the transistors have. So we'll sort that out we'll sort the capacitor out when it gets here. Yeah, weather's getting bad. It's going to get worse, Harvey. But there's no point fucking moaning about it because there's fuck all we can do about it. You know, so I don't see the point. I don't see the point of moaning about something that's beyond my control. I'll tell you what we'll do tomorrow, guys. We may even have a look at that signal generator, that Marconi signal generator, because I really need to get that working. That really needs to be got done. And oops, hang on a minute. I've got to get used to the chair doing that. Yeah, so what we'll do tomorrow, we'll probably do we'll put on the Vintage Electronics Repair channel. We'll be on there tomorrow. It'll be a bit of karaoke as always, and then we'll that printer's being thrown away. That's got to go in the bin, that printer. I don't see the point in giving them to anybody. You know, they may as well just buy one and fucking get the ink with it. But I've ordered a Hewlett Packard. It's second hand, but it's got 2 toners with it, and it's working, and it's 35 quid. Buy it now. So I ordered that last night. And all I ever, it's black only. It's not colour. But all I ever print is black. I don't need colour. I only ever print black. I don't print colour. I don't have a need to print colour. So black is good enough. And who said they had a printer toner a printer toner since 2018 in a laser printer, and it's still going. You know, well laser printers, they're designed for industrial use. They're not designed for domestic use. They are an industrial printer, so they are designed for industrial use. You know, they're workhorses. Laser printers, they're workhorses, and they're not designed for the. Yeah, it was you, wasn't it, Martin? Yeah, laser printers are not designed. They're not intended for use in the home. That's why they make inkjet printers, because I can't think of anywhere in industry, apart from maybe the odd one, where they actually use inkjet technology. It's all laser technology, because the amount of prints you can get out of one cartridge, one toner cartridge. And some of those toner cartridges, the advantage for me is You can go months without. Yeah, exactly. You can't do that with you can't do that with inkjet printers, especially them fucking Epsons. They clog. Epsons are good printers, but the high volume printers are designed to be used a lot. You know, you're designed to really use them, and if you don't use them, then they clog up, and you've got to throw all sorts of shit down them to unclog them. You know. But you know, laser printers are designed for industry, and that's why they're they're generally very reliable. It's got everything with it. It's got the power lead, the USB lead, and the driver disc. But I'll probably plug that in, and with this being Windows 10, it'll probably see it straight away, without any drivers, which suits me. I'll just run it on the drivers that Windows gives you. It doesn't bother me that. But it's finding somewhere to put it. I'll have to work out where the paper feeds in. You know, I mean, I'll be able to print out I'll be able to print out all the manuals I want. You know, I've just got fed up of fucking unreliable inkjet printers. And you know, you buy the print. You can buy the printer for fucking like between 30 and 40 quid. But they know for a fact they're going to make the money back out of you when you come to buy the fucking consumables, which is the cartridges. They make more money on the cartridges. They're not really selling you the machine. When you buy a machine, they're not really selling you the machine. They're selling you the 2 cartridges that are in the box with it. That's what you're really buying. You're getting the machine for nothing. Because them cartridges, the ink cartridges for that shitter on the bench there, they want fucking 50 odd pound for a set of them. I'm not paying 50 odd pound for 2 cartridges. I'd rather pay £35 for another fucking printer. Some of our elderly customers want hard copies. Well, yeah, I mean, I like hard copies of certain things. You know, I mean, you know, well, there's people like Christine that don't have computers or any knowledge of operating a computer. So, you know, people like her need hard copies. I'll tell you what, speaking of hard, I'll tell you what is pissing me off right now, and it needs stopping. Fucking these women coming on YouTube advertising ways of making your dick hard. You know, there's one way to make your dick hard. Get a good looking fucking woman. Get a really beautiful looking woman. That's the true way to make your dick hard. I just picked up a brand new brother, 29.30 for 25 bucks. Guy bought it and never used it. It was still sealed. That's not bad because brother printers are very good. I had a brother inkjet years ago, and it was a very good printer. And I made a mistake. I made a mistake of giving it to somebody because I didn't use it. I should have kept it. The guy who I gave it to, as far as I know, is still using it. And the cartridges were very expensive, but you could refill the bastards. You could just take there were 4 individual tanks. You took them out, no chips or fucking anything on them. You just took them out of the machine, fucking refilled the bastards and put them back in. And it worked on capillary action, that machine. It was a really, 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 really good printer. But I didn't use it, and a friend of mine said, have you got a printer that you're getting rid of? I said, yeah, you can have that fucker there, just take it. It was an all-in-one job. I gave a tenner for it. And it was perfect. It sits in the living room on its own network port. You know, but, you know, fucking, you know, that's the other good thing about laser printers. They're dead easy to put on a network. I think they have a socket on them, don't they? So have a look at this one I've got. I'll tell you a bit about it if I can find it. Let's turn the fucking cyanide meter off. We don't need that. Because we're having our usual bit of a chat now before I fuck off. which incidentally won't be too long. Let's go to Fleabay, the world's biggest flea market. Let's go to Fleabay. Fleabay. Yeah, there we go, guys. Let's go on to Fleabay. And they'll probably tell, I think it's been dispatched actually. I know I got a message earlier saying it had been dispatched. Purchase history. Here we are, guys. Estimated delivery Saturday the 14th. Fuck me, I expect it before then. Is it being sent by fucking snail mail? It's coming by every. They usually get things to you pretty quick. Let's have a look at the tracking information. They've gone pretty good just recently. It'll be here before then. I know it will. They've gone pretty good on there. Yeah, they've got it, so it'll be on its way. So I'll get that one day this week. I won't wait till next Saturday for that. But I need a decent printer. What's this thing I've got? Let's see what this thing is I actually bought. I don't think it's a Hewlett Packard. Yeah, it is. Scroll down here. It's a LaserJet Pro M102W, and it's got what looks like 2 toner cartridges, 2 boxes there. It's got 2 toner cartridges with it. It's got the drivers with it. Does it tell me what the drivers are for? What version of Windows? LaserJet Pro, LaserJet Ultra. So they'll probably be for. It depends on how old the machine is, doesn't it? Well, the paper feeds in through the top, so I can't put it up on that shelf up there because I'll be able to stretch it up for paper. Oh no, it comes out the top. Looks like it might come out of the top, so it might feed in through the bottom. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But the on-off switch is on the bottom, all the information on the front. There's a big dopey fucking sticker with a barcode on. That'll be fucking coming off and be stuck somewhere else. I don't want a big fucking dopey sticker looking at me. Let's have a look at the back. That's the front. I mean, this thing's all wrapped up, guys. I mean, it's all in boxes. You know, everything that comes with it. You know, it's... Yeah, you pull the front down there and your paper goes in. And I think it comes out the top. We'll figure that out when we get the fucking... It might go in through... I don't know. But yeah, it's got the power lead and it's got the USB lead. And the driver disc. And it does say that it's working, with ink included. I mean, 35 quid. You can't buy fucking stuff like that. You know, it doesn't give much of a description. It says very good condition, works well. Works well on Windows 10. Also, there we are, you see, it says there, also included are 2 brand new compatible ink toners. 2 brand new compatible ink toners, ink cartridges with disc and leads. Will not work on Windows 11. Well, that doesn't fucking matter because I've got Windows 10. So yeah, I think that was a good purchase, that, guys. I think that's a very good purchase. You know, I think that's a good purchase, that, guys. 35 quid, 2 toners. I wonder how much. Well, if they can sell that, it's not brand new, but if they can sell that for that price, obviously it's somebody who picks up surplus stuff, because that's the best places to get stuff from. You know, people who get, you know, people who buy surplus stuff, like people who go around doing these, what do they call them? These e-waste guys. These guys. There's one on YouTube called E-Waste Ben. Out! It's too early. There's one on YouTube called E-Waste Ben, and he's an Australian guy, and he sells all sorts. He goes to schools and colleges and police stations and hospitals and you name it. Gets all their old computers and stuff, and he sells what he can. You know, what's still usable, he'll sell it to you, and what isn't usable, he'll break up and weigh it in. He gets, you know, the only thing he doesn't make money on is plastic. That's the only thing he doesn't make money out of. He just takes that to fucking plastic recycling place and dumps it there. But, you know, all the metal and everything else, circuit boards, even the really old stuff that had proper gold fingers on the cards, he even cuts the fingers off and recovers the gold, keeps them for gold recovery. And I've seen him do that, gold recovery, make gold bars. You know, the guy is really clued up on what stuff's worth and what you can get out of it. But yeah, I think that you know, that's the best. They're the best places, guys. If you're gonna buy stuff, right? They're the best places because these guys tend to test everything before they sell it. You know, they tend to test everything before they sell it, guys. You know, and they're the best places to buy that stuff from. I mean, that printer's probably somebody who... I haven't really looked at the other items, but I've had stuff like that from people that do that, and the stuff's been really good. You know, it's been really top-notch stuff, and it's dirt cheap. I mean, you couldn't walk into a fucking retail shop and buy that printer for that price. I know you couldn't. I know damn well you couldn't. You couldn't buy that printer. I mean, it's probably a couple of years old, but back in the day, you couldn't buy that for that price. You know, that would have been fairly expensive. Laser printers generally are. You know, but so that'll sort out my printing needs. But the only thing is, it's not wireless. So that tells you how old it is. It's not wireless. As far as I know, it's not wireless. But I'm not bothered about it whether it's wireless or not. As long as it fucking prints. I mean, I've got a space under here. I can put it down here. Under the fucking... and plug it... I've got a spare socket behind there. I can plug it into the spare socket behind there. So it won't take up a socket and it can be plugged in all the time. I'll just put a little table under this bench with it on. Like I've done with the... We're going to do a video on that one night, guys. When I figure it out and I get pretty proficient in it. We're going to do a video on the 3D printer one night and do some 3D printing. And before you all start asking, no, I can't print sex toys. No, I won't print any sex toys. Or I can't 3D print a woman. You know, that's the disappointing part about it. You know, I was going to 3D print a woman, but you can't. What I'm going to use it for, guys, I'm going to use it for printing head shells. Maybe try and print some cartridge clips. You know, like Jay said the other night, you know, why not try and print some clips for those Crosby cartridges, as they call them, and Denchi knockoffs. You know, try and print something like that. You know, I mean, gunpowder's easy to make. I mean, there's a few different recipes. There's a few different recipes for making gunpowder. You know, that's why you can make it all different colours. You can make it. You know, you add aluminium in it. I think you get blue, don't you? If you add that aluminium phosphate or something, don't you get blue? If you add aluminium phosphate, you know, certain metals so adding certain metal particles give you give you different colours. Gunpowder was invented by the Chinese, not to fire guns at people. It was actually invented for fireworks, for ceremonial displays, and you know what one might call bonfire night. I mean, I think we invented bonfire night when Guido Fawkes and his mates were sort of hamstrung, and they burnt Guido Fawkes. We burn him every year in effigy. Burn an effigy of him every year to celebrate the fact that he was fucking caught. But I don't think he was. I don't think he should have. In an ideal world, he'd have done what he did and got away with it, but he didn't. So, in an ideal world, he'd have got away with it. I mean, if you wanted to do something like, I don't advocate it because I'm not a violent man, but if you wanted to do something like that today, it'd be so easy to do it. You could just fly a fucking drone over fucking somewhere. If you wanted to destroy something today, you wouldn't have to worry about doing it on a certain day. You could just fly a drone over. And yeah, he got caught, didn't he? He made a stupid mistake, didn't he? They left it too long, and it got discovered. I mean, why are you stockpiling? Can I ask you why are you stockpiling all these barrels of gunpowder? And allegedly it got damp. Gunpowder only burns if it's dry. Guido Fawkes, the last man to enter Parliament with honest intention. Yeah, that's true, that, wasn't it? Yeah. With honest intentions, yeah. You see, Guido Fawkes wasn't the main player, though. I think it was a guy called Robert Naseby, or something daft like that. That was the main player. The reason why it came on top, I think Naseby wrote a letter to his brother-in-law, who was a member of Parliament, and told his brother not to go to Parliament that day. Told him to not go, and he then alerted the authorities, and then obviously, like the proverbial mummy, it started to unravel, and eventually they were all fucking caught. And they were hung, drawn and quartered, and they chopped their head off and held it up as an behold the head of a traitor. Yeah. Because Guido Fawkes, as far as I'm aware, he never actually got burnt. I don't think he got burnt. He got hung, drawn and quartered, which was the custom of the day. They only tended to burn witches, whatever a fucking witch is. Witches, they were either usually drowned or they were burned. And the worst criminal, one of the worst criminals we ever had in Britain, speaking of witches, does anybody know who it was? One of the worst men, one of the most evilest men we ever had in Britain, and it wasn't Harold Shipman, he was way worse than him. Does anybody know? And don't use the Googleator. Try and do it by actually knowing something, guys. Don't type it in. Try and do it by actually knowing it. Yeah, who was it? One of the most evil men. No, fucking way before Jimmy Savile. You're not far wrong, right? But yeah, Jimmy Savile was an evil man, but he was worse. I'll tell you in a minute. I'll give you another couple of guesses, but you're not allowed to use a Googleator. You've got to do it by actually fucking knowing it, and that's the problem with a lot of it these days. People don't fucking know, and the Googleator is so convenient. I use it myself. No, it wasn't Maggie Thatcher either. No, it wasn't Maggie Thatcher. Fucking Harvey claims to know everybody. You might have even fucking met him. Go on, Harvey, you have a go. Nope. Do you want me to do you give up? Do you want me to tell you? Nope. Say that again, Andy. I said you probably fucking met him, Harvey. You know, you met every fucker else, so you might have even met this guy. You're old enough to have met him. I'm only kidding. I was busy typing. Right, do you give up, guy? Right, I'll tell you again. I'll ask the question again, because I think that's what Harvey means. What was... I know, Harvey, I know what you meant. I'm taking the piss. I'm having a laugh with you, mate. And no Googling it, by the way. One of the most evil men to ever exist. Who was he? And I'll give you a clue. He was a solicitor. His day job, he was a lawyer. Who was he? One of the most evil men in British history to exist. Come on, guys. Who was he? No, he was an Englishman. Fucking hell. Weren't Hitler? Hitler weren't a lawyer. He was an artist. Probably a piss one. Right, if you give up, guys, do you want me to tell you who he was? And you'll all kick yourselves. Nope, not Hitler. Do you want me to... Do you give up? Nope. No, it wasn't him. He had nothing to do with abortions. Do you want to give up? Do you want to give up and I'll fucking... Just tell me you'll give up, I'll fucking tell yous. Come on, guys, give up. None of yous fucking know. And you're not allowed to Googlate it and then say you did know. That's cheating. So, I'll tell you who it was, shall I? Do you want to know? You're all racking your brains, aren't you? You're all racking that fucking old brain cavity. You know, I can hear the fucking marbles rolling round. Yeah. Right. It was a guy called Matthew Hopkins. He was the witch finder general. And he was active during the Civil War. He was one of the most evil men, probably the most evil man. You only had to mention that somebody was a witch and he had already condemned them. He was a real piece of nasty work. But his day job, he was a lawyer. The Witchfinder General. Matthew Hopkins, or Hopkins, yes. That had you all fucking stumped, didn't it, guys? That had you all fucking stumped. Yeah, I thought that one would get you. Yeah, Vincent Price was in. They made a film, didn't they, called The Witchfinder General, which I watched and I've got it somewhere. But I did quite a bit of research as soon as I got the internet. One of the first things I was interested in was finding out who Matthew Hopkins really was, and he was a lawyer. He was a lawyer, and he inhabited. I think he was from. I'm not sure where he was from. I think he was from London. But he was most active in East Anglia, which is where a lot of people were accused of witches, being witchcraft, being witches. where they were accused of witchcraft. Somebody only had to say, if he didn't like her, all he had to do was pay somebody a couple of quid to say, or a couple of shillings or whatever it was back then. Harvey'll know, he's still got some of them in his wallet. You know, fucking, you only had to, we'll call it a couple of quid. You know, you only had to pay somebody a couple of quid, and they'll say, yes, they've seen you do this or seen you do that, and they'll even swear. And he only had to get, he only had to get a warrant from the local magistrate. That's all he had to do, ride into town and go to the local magistrate, and to be declared a witch, it was if the magistrate was satisfied and you were a witch, then the witch the witch finder paid the magistrate more. The witch finder used to pay the magistrate based on the magistrate's decision. It was worth more to the magistrate to pronounce somebody a witch than it was to pronounce them a non-witch. So, you know, the magistrate got more if you were declared a witch, and then it was up to Matthew Hopkins then to find out whether you really were a witch or not. And then once he'd done the dastardly deed, he was then paid, and that's how it was done. It was he was a horrible person. You know, I have that film on my personal server. I've got it on my hard drive somewhere. Just have a look, I'm sure I have. I'd be surprised if I haven't, guys, because it's one of my favourites. If I haven't, I'll be surprised. I can get rid of that manual now, because our tone control works. I knew it would, I just wanted to show you guys the circuit. So let's go and have a look into media. Should have that film somewhere. It might be on that hard drive that doesn't fucking work. But saying that, I've not condemned that fully yet. Here we are, media. Movies. I've got one in here called horror. Action, animation, comedy, epic. Epic, that's got stuff like Ben-Hur and stuff in really long films. True stories, it might be in that. 10 Rillington Place, Bonnie and Clyde, blah 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 blah. Open Glory, that's a good film. In the Name of the Father, I enjoyed that as well, that was very good. Titanic, The Theory of Everything, The Spirit of St. Louis. No, it's not here. No. Believe it or not, guys, it's not here. I thought I had that. I should have it somewhere. Supernatural, what's in that? 1408, Christine, Escape to Victory, that shouldn't be in there. There's a few in here. There's a few in there. It could be in any of them, guys. I could have got it in the wrong place. But I thought it would have been in True Stories based on the fact it's based on the true story, but obviously not. I should sit and watch one of these one night. The Shawshank Redemption, that's an epic film, that, ain't it, guys? That's a cracking film. The Mechanic, Charles Bronson, The Italian Job. The original one, not the remake in 2000 and something. No, it's not there. I did have it. It's easy enough to get again, so it's not a problem. Comedy, what's in here? There's all sorts in there, guys. Lots of stuff in there. Because I like comedy. I'm really into it. I mean, there's quite a few in there. The Parole Officer, I thought that was funny as fuck. A lot of people think it was crap. I thought it was funny as fuck. The Parole Officer, I thought it was dead funny. It had fucking, what's his name in it? Steve Coogan in it, didn't it? What's in here? Oh, we've got the Adventures of Robin Hood and Beckett, Blackbeard, Captain Blood. Hey, there's a film about you, Harvey. The Crimson Pirate King Arthur. The Adventures of Don Juan. The Black Shield of Falworth. There's loads. I've got loads of stuff, guys. I mean, that's not half of it. That's only the fucking... If you go to the movie box sets, fucking hell, there's loads in that. Fucking hell. Clint Eastwood. Dirty Harry. Yeah, got all the Dirty Harry films there. Just about. Clint Eastwood westerns, there's a few there. All the stuff I like. Really, Eddie Murphy, I like him, I think he's very good. Eddie Murphy is excellent. Yeah, 48 Hours, another 48 Hours. Beverly Hills Cops 1, 2 and 3. Coming to America, The Nutty Professor 1 and 2. And Trading Places. I believe they're doing another Beverly Hills Cops, enough looking through that lot. But yeah, it's not there, I thought I had it, but I can soon get it. I saw all the spaghetti westerns today. Why did they call them spaghetti westerns? Because they never ate spaghetti, did they? Is it because they were made by an Italian bloke? Is it Leo, whatever it is, fucking Leone, fucking whatever his fucking name is? Fucking that fucking. Is it because he's made by an Itai? I don't know. Probably. Is it because it was insane? But a lot of them, the what do you call it? A fistful, the good, the bad, the ugly, for a fistful of dollars and for a few dollars more. They were all made. They were mainly shot in Spain, because there's actually a tourist attraction for them in Spain. Because the storyline was long and tangled. I don't know, I never thought... I always understood them. You know. Yeah, they were filmed in Spain because my mate Mike, he went on the tour. You know, I wonder why they didn't film them in America. You know, because they were all Americans that were in them, and the Wild West was American, wasn't it? So, you know, why they didn't film in America? I'll get my words out in a minute, guys. Why they didn't film them in America, I don't know. That little Mexican in Good, the Bad, the Ugly used to make me laugh. He turned up somewhere else, guys. He turned up in Tough Guys, didn't he? With Burt Lancaster and fucking... what's his name? Burt Lancaster and fucking... who's the other fella in fucking Tough Guys? Kirk Douglas. Is it? Yeah, it is. It's Kirk Douglas, isn't it? It's Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster. Well, that little Mexican appeared in that, didn't he? You know, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, they were. I don't understand why Well, I've got an idea why they were filmed in Spain. It's probably because it was cheaper to do that. Right, you know, and I think it was to do with tax as well. I think if you made a film in a foreign country, I don't think you paid as much tax. I think it was down to tax reasons. I mean, some of it must have been shot in America. I mean, like, you know, when Lee Van Cleef is on the train and he pulls the fucking cord and gets off, some of it would have been shot in America, because there's no way they could stage all that in fucking Spain. You know. So some of it must have been shot on a set in America, but for most parts it was shot in fucking Spain. Good chunks of them were. Yeah. Anyway, guys. That's about the end of this, and when we will see another CB repair, we don't know, because we're going to be back on the record player Monday. We're probably just going to sit and have a chat tomorrow, with it being Sunday. Steve comes on a Sunday. I'll try and dig that other tape recorder out for him. Yeah, this train will stop at Tucumcari. Yeah, that bit must have been filmed in America, you know, because they never had trains that looked like that in Spain, did they? Unless it was a mock-up. I think it was filmed partly in America and partly in Spain. Yeah, fucking, he was a character, that fucking Lee Van Cleef, wasn't he? In The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, he played the bad guy. Fucking Angel Eyes, wasn't it? Fucking Angel Eyes. Fucking in the fucking, I don't think he was in. I don't think he was in for A Fistful of Dollars, was he? I don't think he appeared in A Fistful of Dollars, but he appeared in A Fistful of Dollars. But he was in for a few dollars more. But I don't think he appeared in A Fistful of Dollars. I don't remember seeing him in that film. But he appeared in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and he appeared in for a few dollars more. Because A Fistful of Dollars was all about that fucking, all about fucking Clint Eastwood, fucking trying to rip those two fucking, was trying to get money out of them two families that were fucking ruling, wasn't it, that village, them two bosses, as you like. He was working them against each other, getting money out of them. So Lee Van Cleef wasn't in that. Hi Christine.
Hi Andy, you alright?
Yeah, bring us a lolly.
Right, will do.
Yeah, but he was in for A Fistful of Dollars. Sorry, he was in for a few dollars more in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. You know, I also like John Wayne as well. You know, John Wayne was good. Yeah. I might sit and watch a film tonight. Yeah, the Rojos and fucking the Baxters, weren't they? The Baxters were was the sheriff, wasn't he? He was supposed to be the sheriff, wasn't he, the leader of the Baxters? And the Rojos was the fucking Ramon, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, nobody could shoot like Ramon. At least until fucking Clint Eastwood turned up. He never had a name though, did he? No one ever knew him as anything. You know, the man with no name. He's fucking still alive, him, isn't he, Clint Eastwood? Fucking well alive, I mean. He's got to be in his fucking 90s, hasn't he now? Got to be getting on now, him.
Yeah,
How many left?
one.
Alright, well I'll have that later. Unless you want it. Well, I'll have it later.
Where's your cup?
Oh yeah. Yeah, give that cup a rinse out, Christine. It's
I
not...
did give a cup of rinse
I
out.
know, but what did you wash it in?
What's that liquid? You want a hot chocolate, Andy?
Yeah. Fuck off. This is mine. No. You're not getting a lick because I know where you put your... I know where you put your fucking tongue. Not licking me lolly. Get fucked. Anyway, guys. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm gonna put a video on and see what's available and enjoy me lolly. Hello, Chris. What's a horrible disease? Right, I'm out of here, guys. I'll catch you later. I'll be on tomorrow, Vintage Electronics Repair. Sunday live with me and Steve and some karaoke. Catch you later, guys. Bye for now. And you ladies, of course. Bye for now, guys and girls. Alzheimer's, yeah, it is. It is. Right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Like, share, subscribe, buy me a coffee. Only if you want to, that is. Bye for now.